Welcome back to my channel. I can't believe it's already the end of July, and maybe some of you have already done this, but I just wanted to put out a gentle reminder to the parents that have kids in homeschool, private school, public school, that you need to keep a stockpile of school supplies. So let's go over some of the school supplies that maybe you have not thought about having on hand, and also extras. As we know, kids are going to lose things, they're going to use up things, and these items might become in short supply, so it's nice to have a shelf in a closet or a container that you have all the school supplies for your children. And I keep school supplies on hand just for me to use. So let's start out with some of the very basic things. Now, these are regular everyday pencils. I got them on clearance. Yes, they have Valentine hearts on them, but I got them for 10 cents a pack. There are 10 pencils in this pack. So I got them for a penny a piece, and I thought that was a great buy. Depending on what's on the school supply list, I know that when my kids, grandkids are in school, then they have certain lists that the school will give them. And then when they get to school, the individual teachers will give them lists of extra items to go ahead and purchase and bring in. Some of the items I never could understand, but we went ahead and bought them and sent them to school. Sharpie markers. This is something that's real familiar and usually always on the list. Now, these are outside the package, but these come in packs of 2. These might come in packs of 1. This is a broad tip. This is a finer tip. They may want different colors. They may want different widths. You never can tell. And depending on the age of the child and what grade they're in, you're going to have a whole different list of school supplies. Highlighters. If they still use highlighters and they're not 100% virtual on a computer, they may use books and highlighters again, and notebooks. Now this is a basic calculator, and I'm going to cover the name, but calculators, I think they still require calculators in different math class. This is a packet of index cards. Some are lined, some are not. We used to use these back in the day for our research projects, which doesn't happen anymore, but they may use these for flashcards or other uses in the classroom. On there, this is one of the things that I thought was rather strange, because I don't know any kids even 20 years ago that would use this, but it could be for the classroom use. It was a notepad. It's just a 100-sheet multicolor paper notepad. Okay, so in here also I have a school supply container. Binders. Yes, they still use binders. This is a 3-inch ring binder, and when I was in sales, I kept my commission sheets in here by the month, and it worked out great because I always knew what was going on with commissions and what had been paid and what had not been paid. But they might still use these in school. In a binder, they might use another product. Dividers. These are numbered dividers, but they might use numbered dividers, or they might use letters, or they might have 1 through 31 for a month. You never can tell what's going to be on the list. Another thing that I saw that was on the list was sheet covers, paid sheet covers. So you put things in here like a schedule, whatever you might put in there, and it's protected. So if something spills on it, it won't ruin it. And they have the little holes at the top. Then they might require or ask that you buy a different size binder. This is a small binder, okay? And I use this for recipes. I have one of these for my recipes. And Liza is in the school box, supply box. She's helping out. She's in the container. Some people on their list had envelopes. Number 10 envelopes. Don't ask me why, but there were number 10 envelopes. These are mine. They just happen to have a design. Here's another design. And then here's another design. I usually send out things to people in different types of envelopes like this. So I will email them and say, or text them and say, I sent you a note in an envelope with roses on the side, red roses on the side, or a flag on the back. It stands out, they can look for it, and it doesn't get lost in the junk mail. So let's see what else we have. Okay, these are plain envelopes. These are your basic envelopes. This would be a security envelope because it has this pattern. So let's say you needed to put an invoice or a check in there, and then this little tab comes off, and so you don't have to worry about having a sponge or licking the envelope. You just peel it off, close it down, and it seals. So those come in very handy. Let's look at a portfolio. Believe it or not, in higher grades, they may require a portfolio. Don't ask me why. Again, some of these items I have never understood why they're on the list, but they are on the list. Then, these are just envelopes, more envelopes. You might have a request for dividers, but they're heavy-duty plastic. Oh, they're upside down. Heavy-duty plastic. These are reusable year after year. You can have the plain ones that don't have any numbers on it, so you can put your own labels on there, or you can have the ones with numbers on them. It depends on what they ask for. Here is an envelope. It's a plastic envelope. It's pretty thin, but it has a little snap on it. I used to put my expenses in here as I traveled. You can have this for your child, and they can put permission slips, whatever you want to put on here, a label, and then have everything in an envelope in their backpack, and they can find them easily. Also, a teacher could have these and label it a different way and put things in for a parent or for your parents. On the back, it has another slip cover, a little sleeve. They could put artwork in there. It just all depends on what they want to use. Here are some more dividers, but this has an insertable style edge pocket. So when you have these, you can put them in a binder, and it has a pocket on the front of each divider, which is really nice. Now, you can pick and choose your labels, so you can number them, you can put different things you want to put in your prepper pantry when you organize it, so you can flip right to that tab and be able to take inventory. So like I said, I use these supplies for office, and also they go for school supplies. Accordion folders. These have been used since the beginning of time. It's a brand called Pendaflex. Teachers use these. They put papers they want to grade, to be graded, announcements to make, whatever, and these are on school supply lists quite often. Another thing is these little notepads. I'm not quite sure why this would be on a school list, but I have seen it on a school list, and it gives the exact dimensions. Forget about the pattern, they don't really care, but they want these little notepads. There's no magnet on the bottom, but they do want these little notepads. So a couple of more things that I want to show you. one is another type of folder, and it's like a Ziploc. It's heavy plastic. They come in different colors. It's like a pocket. You can write on it with a Sharpie. You can put a label on it. You can close it up so nothing will fall out. And it's easy to find on a teacher's desk, or put it in a backpack so you can put the child's name on here, the teacher would, and they can put papers going home to a parent, or they can put homework in here, and it's easily found in your backpack. One more thing, and that's going to be a regular file folder. They come in different types. This is a decorative one. It is cardboard, but it's decorative. So you put the label up at the front, and they can use these for different things at their school, at their desk. And here's one that's plastic. It's very durable. It will last for almost forever, years and years. You can use a Sharpie on this also. You can put a label on it. It's a multi-use product. Well, these are just some of the school supplies that I have seen on lists lately for this year, and this is 2022. I've seen these on lists. These could be for private schools, public schools, or you can use these in homeschool. And they also, I want to mention, most schools will have pre-packaged school supplies. So if your child is in 4th grade, then they would have a 4th grade pack. All the supplies come together. They're all generic. They all look the same. There are no pink patterns or unicorns and rainbows or trucks or anything on it. So everyone has the same type of supply. Sometimes that works out better. Also, it could be a great thing for your budget, because it could be cheaper in the long run to go and purchase the pack instead of individually buying one item and then go find another item, and maybe you can't find that package of pencils. So check with your school if you have children in school and see what they need for the upcoming school year. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope this is a gentle reminder to all parents out there, whether you have children in 1st grade, kindergarten, or high school. In the comments below, let me know if you buy the prepackaged school supplies, or if you go to the store and you pick out each individual supply and make your own pack for your child to go to school. If you found this information a gentle reminder for school supplies, give me a thumbs up and share with your family and friends. Have a great school year.